Hello students, I am Ranjana Khare, your physics teacher. Today I am going to discuss about the conductors, their behavior in electric field and capacitors. So let's start with the conductors. As we know, conductors means those substances which have free electrons in them. Here we would discuss more detail about their behavior when they are placed in an electric field. See, when the free electrons are pushed in direction opposite to electric field, so a negative charge is accumulated on one side and equal number of positive charge is accumulated on opposite side. Once the flow of charge stops, the charges on the two sides become static and conductor said to be in electrostatic equilibrium. So electrostatic equilibrium means no flow of charges. Alright, now we will discuss the properties of conductors. So number one is there is no electric field inside a conductor. As we can see in this figure, ABCD is a metallic conductor and it is placed in an uniform electric field EXT. The field pushes electrons with a force F is equal to EE. We have formula F is equal to QE. In place of Q we have written E, and in place of electric field here it is also E only. Now the free electrons on AB side creating negative charge and equal positive charge is created on DC side. So these kinds of charges, when the conductor is placed in electric field, they are developed because these kinds of charges are called induced charges, right? They are induced, they are developed charges on the two opposite sides of conductor. The induced charges produce an electric field opposite to the direction of E external. Means when the two sides are of opposite charges, so due to difference in potential, electric field will be developed due to these induced charges. So such electric field is called induced electric field. The moment again E induced means electric field due to induced charges is equal to E external, then the flow of charges stop and conductor attains electrostatic equilibrium. The next point is there is no net charge inside the conductor. As we can see here, the metallic sphere, this is spherical in shape, and the positive charge is residing on the surface, outer surface of the conductor, and we have drawn one more surface inside it which is called Gaussian surface. From Gauss law, if net charge inside the conductor is 0, then the charge given resides on surface of conductor. Since inside it is 0, so where it will go? It will reside on the surface of the conductor. The third is when conductor is not given any charge. Okay, so from Gauss theorem, closed integral of E dot ds is equal to q upon epsilon naught, and as we know E is equal to 0, so we put it here. So what we get, q upon epsilon naught is equal to 0, or we will get simply q is equal to 0. So inside the conductor, one thing is clear, that electric field is 0, and due to electric field is 0, the charge is also 0 inside it, right? The next one is surface of conductor is equipotential. Means the potential is same or constant everywhere at all points on the surface as well as inside the charged conductor. So the electric field inside the conductor, as we know, it is zero. Now we have well-known relation between the potential and electric field, which is E is equal to dV upon dr. Since E is equal to 0, therefore dV upon dr is equal to 0. Therefore dV is equal to 0. Dr will be multiplied by 0. So dV is equal to 0. Now dV is equal to 0 means what? The differential of potential is coming out to be 0. And if differential of anything is 0, that means that thing is particularly necessarily be a constant, because we know the differential of constant is 0. So here what is the differential of V? It is coming 0. That means V should be constant. Hence it implies that V is equal to constant. And if V is constant, that means what? Potential is same everywhere. And if potential is same everywhere, then this kind of surface is called equipotential surface. So here we discussed all these properties. Now the next term I would like to take electrostatic shielding. See, it is a process of isolating a certain region of space or volume from external electric field. मीन्स अगर हम किसी भी स्पेस को इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड से अलग रखें, आइसोलेट करें, आइसोलेट मीनिंग इज अलग करना, सो दैट इज कॉल्ड इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक शील्डिंग, which is based on the fact that electric field inside the conductor is zero. This is the basis of electrostatic shielding. If a conductor has cavity, then electric field inside the cavity is always zero, irrespective of the nature and quantity of charge on the conductor. So just remember here the concept of electrostatic shielding, which means that keeping the things isolated from electric field, that is called electrostatic shielding, right? Now the next very new topic is capacitor. It is an electrical device which is used to store electric charge and hence electric energy. Now we can discuss what kind of capacitor, what it looks like. It is a system of two conductors of any shape or size separated by an insulator. That insulator can be air, mica or paper. So capacitor is basically a device which is used to store charge, right? Now if capacitor we have understood, we can understand next term, capacitance. The capacitance of a capacitor is the measure of its ability to store charge. You can see here A is a metallic block, and if charge Q is given to it, its potential is rising and it is attaining a maximum value. This means what? If Q is increased, V is also increased. So Q is directly proportional to V. Now if we remove the sign of proportionality, then Q is equal to CV, where C is a constant of proportionality which is called capacitance. Where C is a constant of proportionality called capacitance. Now we can have SI unit of capacitance. We can make the unit from here formula as C is equal to Q upon V. So it will be coulomb per volt, or we can simply say farad. Now here we can also have definition of 1 farad and dimensional formula of capacitance. So from this formula C is equal to Q upon V, we can define it also in a very simple words. How? It is the ratio of charge given to the conductor to the increase in potential. V is was what? Increase in potential. So simply we can write its definition. Now let's discuss about dimensional formula, how to get dimensional formula of C. So let's start with the formula always. C is equal to Q upon V. Q is equal to IT. So I have written IT here. And V is what? W upon Q. What is the formula of V? W upon Q. Now Q will go up. So it will become I square T square upon W. And W, you know what it is. Here it is the work done. Now, well, the formula of I, dimensional formula of I is A. So it is A square, T is T. So it is T square upon W means energy. Dimensional formula of energy and work done are same. So I'm writing here ml square T minus 2. Now take everything, to numerator. We will get m minus 1, L minus 2, T raised to power 4, A square. So this is the dimensional formula of capacitance. These small things may be asked in final exam in 1 mark or half mark. So take care of these all things, how to calculate. If you know the formula, you can, and basic things about that, you can easily make the dimensional formula of any quantity in physics. Now let's discuss 1 farad. Again, we will start with the formula only. Since we have C is equal to Q upon V. Now if we put the value of Q 1 coulomb and value of V is 1 volt, then this will be called 1 farad. So how can we define it? If a charge of 1 coulomb increases its potential by how much? 1 volt. Because what charge is doing? Charge is increasing the potential. So if 1 coulomb of charge increases the potential by 1 volt, then the capacitance is said to be 1 farad. So again, you can see how easy it is to make the definitions with the help of formula, correct formula. Now this point is very important. What is the principle of capacitor? It is also asked in final exams. So let's understand it. Consider an insulated metal plate A, and a positive charge is given to it till its potential becomes maximum. Now if we bring another plate B, as you can see, and it is placed near to A, then due to the process of induction, the nearer side of B will acquire negative charge and the other side will acquire positive charge. The induced negative charge tries to decrease the potential of A, and that induced positive charge will try to increase the potential of A. But since negative charge is much closer to plate A, therefore the potential, it will have its effect more in comparison to the positive charge. So ultimately what will happen? That the potential of A will decrease due to the effect of induced negative charge. Why? Because it is nearer to plate A in comparison to positive charge. Thus the capacity will increase. Why? Because with the help of formula C is equal to Q upon V, if potential is decreasing, that means capacitance is increasing. So the capacity may be further improved by earthing plate. Till now, the potential was decreased due to the negative charge, hence the capacitance was increased. But if we want to further increase the capacitance, then this positive charge will go into earth. इसकी हम अर्थिंग कर देंगे तो क्या होगा, दिस जो पॉजिटिव चार्ज था बी प्लेट पर, दैट विल फ्लो इनटू द अर्थ. So what is left on B plate? Only and only negative charge is left on plate B, and which will try to decrease the potential of plate A. And once the potential is decreased, what will happen with the help of formula? Capacitance will increase. So in this way, the capacitance of capacitor can be increased by decreasing the potential. So this is all about the main thing about the capacitor. We will discuss more in detail the capacitors in next lecture. Thank you so much.